Hi guys, and welcome to our video for today, the 24th of August 2026. So we've got the stocks XPON, LUCY, and DAIC on the watch list. We're going to be looking at a 5-minute time frame to find some data rates in these stocks. Then we're going to look at the 4-hour time frame to see what we need to hold these stocks overnight. Then we're going to look at the daily time frame to see how we can hold them for longer than just overnight into tomorrow, Tuesday morning, but also potentially into Thursday, Friday for this week for some nice swing trades. So let's get right into it, starting here with XPON. So starting on the 5-minute time frame here. We can see a clear resistance of 8.5. So what I'm going to do is just put this in yellow again, and then make it a bold yellow, just so it matches. And then this one going a faint yellow, as we sliced through it a few times already on this one. So yeah, I quite like this. So basically, I'm going to put it in a 5-minute falling wedge like this to get an idea of what it's doing. Then get a further idea of its trend by turning indicators on. We can see we just lost the ATMA. So on this one, I'll be waiting for a 1-minute clink on the close or a 2-3% push over 8.5 for a day trade on XPON, and I expect it to run at least 8% from my entry, and stop loss to match on that one. And that's how I trade it for a day trade, and basically just a falling wedge breakout against the 1-day resistance of 8.5, and we've only just lost 7. So every minute we spend beneath 7 is every minute 7 becomes a stronger resistance. So right now we only just lost it like 15 minutes ago. So it's not really the strongest thing in the world, and you want to make sure you're buying into a strong resistance break. We've never had a 1-minute clink on the close or a proper push beyond 8.5 really, since the little fake outs over here. So yeah, I like 8.5 as a resistance break on this one, in contrast to 7, in my opinion. However, though, an adverse effect, if we were to lose 5.35, I do think the stock is done as becoming down to 200 EMA, 200 MA, around 4.3. For a golden cross retest in this one, deeper, losing the Bollinger Band Center as well, around here, 5.4. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame, guys. Just may have to grab some water. I've got a sore throat, etc. Just give me 1 second. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame and see what we can find. Hold this overnight. So I like this one. Just hold on. So this one looks good. 4-hour clink on the close of 8.5 again. We'll see it's continued towards 10.5 for a 15-20% first target, I imagine. Yep, from entry. And yeah, I'll just look for a short-term swing trade in that. So if I want to hold this overnight, I'd only do so by waiting for 4-hour clink on the close of 8.5. Currently just a big red candle here. Rejecting from 8.5, so to flip that from rejection to confirmation of support and flip of resistance. A 4-hour clink on the close of 8.5 over 8.5, which this continued towards 10.5 on this one. And again, I wouldn't hold it overnight because it's just rejecting from 8.5 and big red and rejecting. It's just in a simple quantitative matter is just not good and bullish. So why would you buy into that? So the only way around that is to wait for a 4-hour clink on the close of 8.5, and then we should continue up towards 10.5 as well. So let's go to the daily time frame and see what we need to hold it longer than just into tomorrow morning, and what we need for a swing trade. So this one looks really, really good, guys. If you can get a daily clink on the close of 8.5, I think we should continue towards 13.5 the next resistance. Currently rejecting from the 200 simple moving average on the horizontal 8.5 level. So if not only we get a 4-hour candle close, but a daily clink candle close of 8.5, this one should continue as it's broken upon the 200 simple moving average, and we should keep on going up, guys, as there's no real resistance above us. So I mean, yeah, breaking upon the death cross, and we should kick up towards 13.5, and that would be around a 40 to 50% first target. So again, for the swing trades and etc., just make sure you're holding them, well, your first target and your stop loss. Basically, stop loss doesn't outweigh your first target. That's what I'm trying to say. Head's a bit all over the place. So yeah, just make sure your first target is not less than your stop loss. So if you have a 30% first target, then make sure your stop loss isn't 35%, etc. So make sure that always outweighs. So we'll go to LUCY next. Just 1 second. So let's go to the 5-minute time frame. So I quite like this one over 1.2, guys. So yeah, 5-minute push beyond 1.2 would be a good entry on this. Basically, $1 is also a level, but I mean, talk about the last stock, with the previous resistance not being that strong. This one we've broken $1, lost $1, broken $1, lost $1, broken $1, lost $1, broken $1, lost $1. So the more holes in the wall, the weaker it is, and the more times break resistance, the weaker it is. So we've never broken over 1.2 on this one, so this stock is super bullish. If we do break over 1.2, that's a strong resistance. It's super scared and super timid to get over 1.2, but once it has the confidence to cultivate itself over 1.2 with a 1 minute clink on the close or a 2-3% push over 1.2, it should catalyze into the first target of at least 8% on this one, and again, stop loss to match. However, on this one, if we were to lose 0.8, it would be done, and that's for our day trade, swing trade, holding it overnight, etc. Same as the previous stock. If it loses 0.8 on the 5 minute time frame, it's finito on this one. So that's LUCY. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. This one's a lot more stable. It's a technical breakout. It's not necessarily just a pump and dump. So it may be more relevant on the daily, but we've got a 4-hour large falling wedge breakout here, and a 4-hour green candle close over $1. By end of today, end of tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time, we'll see it continue towards 1.2 at the minimum. I think the daily will give us more weight on this, like the previous stock, but a 4-hour green candle close over 1. We'll see at least a 50 and 20% first target hit. And I would sell, based off the 4 hour, I would sell 90% of the first target on this one, just for a little scalp. But yeah, I think this one looks good to hold overnight, with the 4-hour green candle close over $1 by end of today, end of tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And again, beneath 0.8 is not good. So yeah, I'd look to just focus on that, selling 90% at 1.2, to be honest. Mainly because you got the 1-day horizontal resistance at 1.2. And you've also got the 200 EMA around 1.25, and you're probably going to just wick above this 200 simple moving average around 1.1 as well. So basically, it's big confluence of resistance between 1.1 and 1.3. So there's a massive take profit area, guys, which may be extremely hard to get over. So yeah, let's focus on one step at a time. So 5-minute time frame, we need a 1 minute candle close over 1.2 for an 8% move. Then the 4-hour time frame to hold it overnight for a short-term swing trade. We need a 4-hour candle close over $1 by end of today, end of tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Then we can sell around the 1.2 area, because this is going to be a massive confluence of resistance, 1.1 to 1.3, based off the 200 MA and 200 EMA and the horizontal resistance. However, though, once we've done that, we can then look for another re-entry with a daily green candle close over 1.5, and then look to sell around probably $2 on this one, or 1.9 looks good. Let me just work this out real quick. Yeah, 1.9 is fine. So for around a 25% first target, because basically the daily candle closed over 1.5, we should continue. To be honest, should continue towards $2 on this one, because in the daily time frame, this one is a really bullish swing trade setup that's brewing. The daily falling wedge breakout above the 200 EMA and 200 MA. These two thick white lines here, the 200 EMA being the higher, 200 MA being the lower. So once you get a daily candle close above them and above 1.5, which we've not done before on the previous pump, we never did this, a proper green candle close above 1.5, only wicked above I had a red candle, then we should actually gap up towards 2 on this one, which would be around a, what is that, 25% first target. So I mean, there's good day trades on this with a 5-minute, 1 minute candle close over 1.2, or 2-3% push over 1.2, and the 4-hour time frame as well, with a 4-hour candle close over $1 by 4 p.m. Eastern time, end of today, end of tomorrow. Or and then after that, if we get a daily candle close, again we sell 90% at 1.2. And then after that, we can then make even more gains by waiting for a daily candle close over 1.5 and gap up towards towards $2 for under 25% first target. And again, guys, just make sure the stop loss at least matches on this one. You know, and that's it. At most matches, sorry. Always get that mixed up. But yeah, just make sure your stop loss doesn't outweigh the first target. And obviously, you've got the first targets there, so write them down. So DAIC. Right, this one's very difficult to day trade. I don't like it at all, to be honest, because there's way too many halts on this one. It's not good. So basically, you want the candles to be really close together, working hard together, so they can you know, create nice falling wedges and then work hard together to break out. Like the previous stocks are all kind of close together because they're working hard together to like consolidate and potentially break out. This one has so many halts, it's just ridiculous. You can't really, it's hard to draw a consolidation pattern really that can be taken seriously because there's so many gaps in between. You know, the more You know, the more holes in the bulletproof vest, the less safe it becomes, and the more holes inside of a falling wedge, the less safe it becomes. It's the same thing, guys. You know, we want to make sure we're getting a safe entry, and we want to make sure we're safe wearing a bulletproof vest, so we make sure the falling wedge pattern is as proper and strong as it can be. So as you would do with the bulletproof vest, and this one has too many discrepancies in it. If you were desperate to trade this, I wouldn't even focus on the 1.65 break. You can maybe wait for a push beyond 2.1 and then sell around 2.5 on this, around a plus 10% move from entry, and again stop loss to match. Only be interested in trading this over 2.1, 2-3% push over 2.1 and 10% first target. If this stock loses $1, I consider it done, to be honest. And yeah, it just doesn't look very good. Looks like it's gone through the cheese grater and it's completely battered. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame then, and then we can see what we need for continuation into tomorrow. Doesn't look that bad. So I've only day trade it based off that. But if we do get a 4-hour green candle close of 1.65 by end of today, end of tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time, we should continue towards 2.5, to be honest, to retest that level. I mean, we've not had a candle close above here yet, 1.65, and once we get that, I don't think 2.1 would be an issue because this stock is crazy. There's lots of volatility, and then that gives us the first target of 40%. So it's actually the best stock to swing trade, to be honest, and it makes sense because obviously all the halts and stuff is shaking out the day traders. So if we get, I'd only hold this with a 4-hour green candle close over 1.65 by end of today or end of tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Looks like it's in its very last legs here as well. So and yeah, I look to sell around 90% at 2.5. So and let's see how that one does. And again, beneath $1, it's off the watch list, and I'm not looking to hold it or be in it at all. So let's go to the daily time frame, zoom in a bit more, and see what we can gather. So bear with me, guys. I've got this cough, it's so annoying. Permanent one. So yeah, I'd focus on that on the 4-hour, and then once we get daily candle close over 2.5, then you can hold it for longer, or just look for a new entry, to be honest. So again, 4-hour time frame. Let's focus on the 4-hour candle close. End of today, end of tomorrow. Green candle close over 1.65, then sell around 2.5. Then if we are lucky enough and get daily green candle close over 2.5, eradicating its high of day, building upon its high of day, basically, going into short-term price discovery, and building upon the death cross, the 60 EMA here. It should build up towards 3.3 on this one for around a plus 20% move. So I mean, the best gain really you can have is a 4-hour green candle close over 1.65. Then you can hold it again for another trade and into 3.3 for around a 20% move. Was it? Let me double check. 20-25% move. The daily candle close over 2.5, just gapping up into next resistance whilst building upon the 60 EMA and trying to move up into the next resistance. So yeah, this one looks good on the 4-hour time frame. Definitely the best. Not the best for a day trade, to be honest, but looks really good for a 4-hour candle close above 1.65. Probably will look to trade this one as well. So yeah, again, not a perfect video in terms of production, and again, just make sure the stop loss at least matches the first target. So if we were to wait for 4-hour candle close over 1.65 on this one, I'd make sure my stop loss based off a technical level is around, I'll go 30% stop on this. 30% stop, 40% target. I think that seems to be the common case for a lot of these stocks. So whatever that risk to reward is, work out, and then yeah, that's it. That's what I'd go for on that one. So yeah, again, a bit of not high quality in terms of video production, but you know, some technical analysis for you there, and we've got live trading later on. Should be a bit more organized, and yeah, check us out. Link in the video description and the Twitter bio, as well as my seminar course, etc. Daily trade reviews, publicized trading journals, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and catch you all later.